Yes, hello students, welcome back to our channel. So in our previous video we have talked about the definition of chemistry and also we have seen the advantages of chemistry. So in this video we are going to talk about a well-known concept called matter. See, as the definition of chemistry tells that in chemistry, we will be dealing with the properties, composition and structure of matter itself. So we need to know what matter is. So matter, you have been studying in your high school classes. Matter is anything that has some mass and occupies some space. We call it as matter. Clear? So whatever we see in and around us, all those are matters itself. So we have two types of classifications of matter. One is we classify physically and we classify chemically. So now let us focus on the first one, that is physical classification of matter. Yeah. So in physical classification of matter, we classify matter into three types. One is solid, second one it is liquid, and third one it is gas. We have two more states of matter also, that is plasma state and Bose-Einstein condensate, but as per your syllabus is concerned, we are focusing only on these three: solid, liquid and gases. Solid, what do you mean by solid? Solids are the substances which has definite shape and volume. Clear? So for example, you may see the marker that I am writing, the whiteboard that I am using, all these are examples of solids. Clear? Because it has definite shape, clear, and it has definite volume also. So these type we call it as solids. For example, you can have anything. All metals are solids except one that we are studying in the later classes. Metals and books. Clear? Whatever you see, cable, etc. All these are solids. Why it is so? It is because if you take a book, they do have a definite shape. Clear? They do have a definite shape. But in case of cable also, they do have a definite shape and they do occupy a definite volume of space. So these substances which has definite shape and definite volume, we call it as solids. In case of liquids, what happens? Do they have definite shape and do they have definite volume? No. In case of liquids, they have definite volume but not shape. Yeah. So students, in liquids, they do not have definite shape but they do have definite volume. For example, milk, oil, water, etc. For example, in the early morning you go and buy a packet of milk. For example, a half liter of milk you buy. So while you are buying from the dairy, it will be in the shape of that particular packet. Usually the liquids occupy the shape of the materials in which they are contained. Yeah? So milk in the packets when you are buying from dairy, it will be in the shape of that particular packet. Yeah? So when you cut it off and pour those half liter of milk to a vessel which is round shape, it occupies the shape of that vessel which is round shape. Clear? So it means that liquids, they have a definite volume. See, milk in the packet is also half liter itself, but whereas in case of vessel is also half liter itself. There will be no change in volume. Please understand, there will be no change in volume, but there is change in shape. Yeah? Why shape? Here you have seen that, right? The packet shape is different from that of the vessel, but the milk, the same half liter milk in the packet occupies the round shape, circle shape of the vessel. Yeah? So liquids are those substances which has definite volume but they do not have definite shape. These are the examples. So now coming to the last one, that is gases. So in this case, gases, they do not have definite shape also and they do not have definite volume also. You know that gases do not have definite shape and they even do not have definite volume also. For example, the atmospheric air that we are inhaling and exhaling it, nitrogen, hydrogen, all those are the examples of gases itself. They do not have definite shape. Clear? So it is known thing, gases they do not have definite shape and they do not have even the volume also. The gases can be compressed. Clear? So if you take a balloon, the gas will be filled inside. If you just cut it off or if you just open it, it will acquire the whole volume of the room itself. So they do not have definite volume and the gas present in this complete room can be even compressed to a small volume of balloon also. Clear? So gases can be compressed and they do not have definite volume and they do not have definite shape. These are examples: oxygen, air, nitrogen, etc. Yeah. So the thing is, why these metals are have definite shape and volume? Why not milk or oxygen? That means why solids have definite shape and volume? Why not liquids and gases? What is the reason behind this? What is the reason behind these differences? It is the arrangement of particles in it makes them to have their own property of shape and volume. Arrangement of particles is the key. Arrangement of particles. Clear? So in case of solids, the particles are closely packed. The particles are closely packed and there will be no intermolecular distance. So they cannot move from one place to another place. The arrangement of particles will be like this. Yeah. These are the components of that particular solid. See, there will be no gap between the constituent particles, so they cannot move from one place to another place. So almost they are rigid and they form a definite volume. So what in case of liquids? In case of liquids, they are closely packed, but not that much of solid. They are lightly close packed. And there will be some intermolecular distance. Yeah, there will be some intermolecular distance like this. The arrangement will be like this. There will be some spaces, and so these liquid particles can move from one place to another place. Usually liquids flow here, so they can move from one place to another place. So they are not that much of closely packed as that are solid. There are some vacant space, so they can move from one place to another place. So they do have a definite volume, but they do not have definite shape because these liquids cannot be compressed. Okay, and the last one is gases. So in case of gases, it is very the constituent particles are freely arranged, and there will be more intermolecular distance. Clear, students? Now in case of gases, particles are arranged like this. Only few particles, and there is some huge intermolecular distances, so they can easily move from one place to another place, and they can even be compressed. Yeah. So this is regarding solids, liquids, and gases. Now one more question we have: can we convert solid to liquid or liquid to gases? Yes, it is possible. You know that we can convert material from one state to another state. It is not possible for all the materials, all the substances that we are talking about. Some can be converted from solids to liquids and liquids to gases. Let's take the example of that one. So conversion. It is possible through temperature. If you just work on this temperature, you can easily convert solid to liquid and liquid to gases. For example, you have ice. The formula of ice is also H2O. You know that it is in the solid state. Clear? It is in the solid state. If you just heat it, you need not to heat it. You just increase some temperature for ice, it will be converted into water. Formula is same, but water is liquid. Yes, students. If you just even heat this water to a particular temperature, this water will be converted into vapor state. Clear? So this vapor state, the formula is the same H2O itself, and this is a gas. Clear? So it means that matter can be converted from one state to another state. No change in it. By varying temperature, we can convert matter from one state to another state. Clear?